Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I wish to begin by acknowledging the Wadawurrung people of the Kulin Nations, the traditional custodian of the land on which we are gathered today. We pay our respect to elders past and present and emerging for their care of the land. I also wish to pay my respect to the elders from any other communities who may be here today. I am Professor Amanu. I'm head of School of Engineering. Growing up, I always wanted to be an engineer even before I knew exactly what engineering was about. In search of education and knowledge, I traveled to Malaysia, where I did my high school and undergraduate degree. I then moved to Australia to do my master's and PhD. Here I realized one of the best ways I could contribute to society more broadly was to educate others. And here I am today as the head of engineering. Geelong has traditionally been a heavy industry and automobile city. Today, Geelong has diversified and transformed itself from its humble roots to a world leader in advanced manufacturing with major industry strengths which include health, education and research, ICT and defense. We have invested over $1.3 billion in major construction and development, with a further $2.3 billion planned. Behind this boom in infrastructure and growth in multiple sectors lies engineering. And in the midst of such advancement, Deakin Engineering is playing a critical role in shaping the future of this region and beyond. Our Warrnambool campus is the heart of Deakin Engineering. We are a world leader in material research at the Institute for Frontier Materials. We produce the world's first full carbon fiber wheel here at Carbon Revolution and Carbon Nexus. Our Institute for Intelligent Research and Innovation has created the Universal Motion Simulator, and we are redefining the training industry by virtual reality system like Flame Trainer used to train firefighters. We also have many futures on our campus who are leading the sector by providing a home to emerging advanced manufacturing companies. Our $30 million microgrid and advanced renewable energy control center allow us to do very important research, the critical research that we need to do in the renewable energy sector. We also use the facility to train the next generation of electrical engineers. So what does engineering here at Deakin looks like? Engineering is much more than just a job. Engineering is about critical thinking. It is about communications. It is about troubleshooting. Engineering is about pioneering, and it is about trying and failing and trying it again. And this is the essence of what a true engineer is. At Deakin, we teach our students how to think like an engineer. We have carefully designed our curriculum to provide our students the project experience that they need, and we have revamped our curriculum to something what we call project and design based, which is engaging and industry focused. At our building here in Cadet, we have our state-of-the-art laboratory and unique teaching spaces to enable our students to fully utilize our expertise and gain hands-on experience. Our courses are tailored to equip our students with the ability to innovate, adapt, and problem solve in any environment. Good design is fundamental to the engineers and innovators of tomorrow. Each of our disciplines incorporate a strong element of design thinking, and applications. We have 5 courses here at Deakin around engineering, and behind me today, for example, I have a few examples which are developed and built by our own students and researchers. So with the strong roots in manufacturing and design, mechanical engineering remains the oldest and broadest engineering discipline. Our 3D printing and additive manufacturing facilities here in Cadet are some of the best in the Southern Hemisphere. Job opportunities are diverse, spanning biotechnology, textile, defense, aerospace, and complex materials. For example, this year, Deakin Engineering is partnering with Acciona, one of the global organizations, and designing and building a solar car for the World Solar Car Challenge, which will be part of the engineering curriculum. Mechatronics takes elements of electronics and mechanical engineering to create the hyper-complex systems we use today. Our mechatronics students here learn about virtual reality and artificial intelligence, and their skills are in high demand all across the world. Our VR cave environment creates a fully immersive experience for our students to engage and understand virtual spaces and help them better design their own. Deakin collaboration with Melbourne Water recently was announced by the Australian Financial Review as one of the most innovative companies for VR training platform, which is developed by our own VR lab team here. Electrical and electronic engineering has always been a traditional engineering pillar. Power generation, transmission, distribution, and automation has been the focus of this course. With rapid advances in technology and the world moving towards a cleaner future, we have specifically designed our course around the smart grid and renewable energy generation and integrations. We have a strong corporate industry connections and incredible facilities, including our renewable energy lab and high voltage laboratories. Our students will have access to $30 million microgrid facility, giving them the unique opportunity to engage with industry-grade systems. Building and bridges are the first thing that come to our mind when we talk about civil engineering, but it is so much more than that. Road and transport engineering, geomechanics, water engineering are all integral part of the civil engineering course. With Australia investing a record $200 billion in infrastructure, and with Deakin its multiple infrastructure projects underway, our students will have first-hand experience in the field. To introduce our last discipline, I would like to invite Dr. Ellen Mon. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Aman. So, environmental engineering has been an incredibly rewarding career for me. It's taken me all over the world, including to Antarctica, where I was able to learn about the engineering innovations that enable cutting-edge research to happen in the harshest climate on Earth. But my everyday experience of environmental engineering is more about gumboots and mud than it is about snow and cold weather gear. I got into environmental engineering because I wanted to make a difference, and I can do that through my research. I remediate contaminated land sites and make sure that they're resilient in the face of climate change. But environmental engineering is more than just remediation. Environmental engineers work across a whole range of industries. We assess the impact of past, present, and future projects on the health of air, soil, and water. And we develop innovative solutions to minimize any adverse effects on the environment. Our course here at Deakin equips our graduates to tackle pressing issues like pollution, climate change, water security, and waste management. Engineering fundamentals are underpinned by the natural and physical sciences, including chemistry, ecology, and geology. And our emphasis on project-based learning promotes communication, teamwork, leadership, which are all essential skills for our environmental engineers, whether they choose a career in industry, in government, or in the humanitarian sector. But why study here at Deakin? Well, we rank in the top 1% of universities worldwide, but more importantly, we consistently come out on top in Victoria for student satisfaction. There are a number of reasons for this. One is that our degrees are accredited by Engineers Australia, which means our graduates are able to work anywhere in the world that they choose. We have flexible study pathways, You can study part-time or you can study online. We record all of our lectures and we offer evening sessions for students that work. So you can take everything in your own time and when suits you. Our degrees have a focus on industry experience, as well as using real-life engineering challenges in our project-based units. Our students undertake mandatory industry placements and internships. And we also have opportunities to study abroad in places like Malaysia and Taiwan. In fact, our students have access to a global network and through their course are able to travel for various periods of time to our partner universities. Although I haven't quite managed to wangle a partnership in Antarctica yet, but I'm working on it. We offer a range of global internships across all of our disciplines to really empower our students to see the big picture and gather valuable experience from working overseas. For example, every year our students participate in a collaboration with Coventry University in the UK and Emirates Aviation University in Dubai on a robotics challenge, which involves online collaboration before meeting up in person overseas to test out their designs. Another reason to choose engineering at Deakin is our welcoming and inclusive environment. While women may still be in the minority in engineering, this is rapidly changing at Deakin, in part thanks to our local industry partners recognising the value of diversity amongst their engineers. Local businesses like Osnet and Barwon Water offer generous scholarships for women studying engineering, as does Deakin itself through the Ignited Scholarship Pathway. So stop by and chat to some of us about these opportunities. While many unis may talk the talk about diversity, Deakin really walks the walk. After all, being different, whether that's your gender, your culture, your background, your thinking style, it all equates to bringing a different perspective. And this is incredibly valuable in engineering because this is a career that's all about coming up with new ideas and thinking outside of the box. So I mentioned that I got into engineering because I wanted to make a difference. And while I do this through my research, I think that perhaps the biggest difference I can make is by helping the next generation of engineers, which is you all, to really reach your potential. So on that note, I'm going to pass over to Abby Gray, who is a current student here at Deakin, and like you all, represents the future of engineering. Thank you.
Hi all, I'm Abby and I'm a fourth year civil engineering student. My Deakin experience, it really started right now where you guys are sitting there thinking, well, I already knew that I wanted to be a civil engineer, but where did I want to go from there? What drew me into Deakin was its industry integration in its curriculum. Probably my biggest fear was I didn't want to go to university, study for 4 years, and then not be able to convert those skills into real life projects. Originally, I thought university was going to be overwhelming and intimidating, but in reality, I found Deakin really to be smooth and a comfortable university, with my lecturers really eager and ready to help. Even a lot of them, by week 2, knew the whole class's name, which was a really good indication. I thoroughly enjoyed my first year of engineering as it was a generalised year, which allowed me to work in different streams on different projects and understanding the importance of working together with people who think differently than myself and being able to give projects and problems in, mechanical or electrical, working to people with their strengths, with my weaknesses, and then we were able to solve complex problems. When transitioning from the traditional curriculum to the project-orientated design-based learning, I saw my mind change from just working on basic maths and physics problems to understanding real-world problems and how to find sustainable and economical solutions, and the importance of teamwork and project management was. We even got to work on, as mentioned before, we got the opportunity to work on industry-based projects. So we had Big Roads that gave us one of their previous projects, and we worked as a team, and we solved that and to a standard where we could present our ideas to an industry-based level. I was fortunate enough to be part of the Taiwan study tour, where I got to do a research project where I went to a university for 2 weeks and I worked on that project that I'd picked and selected myself and worked with their university and their facilities to come up with an end product. Following that, I did 6 weeks of work placement in a public works bureau in Taiwan. And from that, I gained invaluable communication skills and an understanding that engineering really doesn't have any borders, and a global insight into working with different cultures. A part of the curriculum is mandatory work placement, and I felt that I was well equipped to fill any role that they gave me, which I got given the role of project engineer. I had the skills to work in a team, handle projects, and even run council meetings by myself. As I mentioned before, we are given the opportunity to do research projects. And in our final year, we actually get to choose our own project in our stream. And we get to watch a title and a page become this whole end product, which we're very proud of, that we work through from the project management to the lab base to the write-up. And then we get to present our ideas in front of industry, which sometimes can be daunting, but it's a good experience to get that out of the way. I feel really ready and confident that I will be able to succeed as a civil engineer and that I've been given the skills to tackle any challenge that my career may throw at me. But that's just me. And now let's hear from a graduate engineer that uses those skills every day. And now I'll hand it to Anna.
Hi guys, my name is Anna Erzeg. I graduated from Deakin University in 2015 with a Bachelor of Electrical Electronics Engineering and a Bachelor of Chemistry. I currently work at AusNet Services as a RefCall and Strategic Planning Engineer. If you're a female interested in engineering, please come see our AusNet Services stand as we offer a $40,000 scholarship to females interested in studying electrical or mechatronics engineering. When I was young, I really enjoyed problem solving, playing with Lego, making a mess in the backyard, which my mum wasn't happy about. But I wasn't sure what those things had in common until I got to high school and realised that's engineering. I spent a year and a half working as a graduate engineer, rotating through different teams and learning from different teams until I found my place and which team I love. With engineering, you can work on site, you can work in the office, or you can work anywhere in the world. Your limits are impossible. So after working for a year and a half as a graduate, I worked in the design team where I got to work with field crews, people who have 30 years experience, and learn from their everyday experience. I got to work in the control room, experience a night shift and see the controllers who control all of Victoria's network. There were a few people I wanted to turn their power off, but I wasn't allowed. And, just to experience where engineering can take you. I really enjoyed working bushfire mitigation program where I saw how engineering is pivotal for safety of customers and for the safety of the general public. If safety is close to your heart, then engineering can also help you in that. One of my favourite things to work on is strategic planning, where I get to use my engineering skills to think of new, innovative ways to solve the problems of today. But my favourite part is that I get to use my technical engineering experience to try think of problems that we're going to have in the future, but think of the solutions today. The transition from university to industry can be a bit frightening if you're not equipped with the right skills and knowledge. Deakin has a process designed to achieve high standards of academic preparation and deliver high-quality, industry-ready graduates. Industry recognises the new, innovative ways Deakin are educating their students. Project-based learning has prepared me in ways I couldn't appreciate while I was at university, because this simulates what it would be like to work every day when you're grouped into a team, given a problem, a team that you didn't choose, given a real engineering problem. This is exactly what it's like every day in the industry. These are all vital skills that you need in industry. So, I learned how to research, I learned how to evaluate solutions, and how to design with team members I didn't choose to overcome all these things. That's exactly what it's like to work every day. As engineers, we like to think outside the box. And sometimes if your studies are only a paper, pen, and exam, you get really good at memorising but not understanding. How many of you have sat an exam or a test and 6 months later you're not exactly sure if you could sit that exam or test the same way and get the same mark? With project-based learning, there's a big difference between memorising and understanding. So when you memorise, you remember that, but when you do a project-based learning, you've had to overcome so many technical issues. No one has the same answers. You can't copy another team. There's no back of the book where you can grab an answer. So you're really challenged to learn and create your own solution as a team. The experiences during the project you'll never forget. I still remember all my projects when I completed 2nd, 3rd, and 4th year. Because once you feel proud of what you've created, you remember that forever. Thank you. Now to Aman.
Thank you. And as always, here is our course requirements. Please also meet with our course directors who are sitting outside. If you have if you'd like to know a bit more about our courses and so on. So here at Deakin, we strive to set us on a path to achieve the unthinkable and achieve unattainable. And with that, I would like to leave you all with this simple quote from Sir Richard Branson. If you aim higher than you expect, you would reach higher than you imagine. With that, I would like to thank you all once again for joining us here. And again, as I said, our course directors are waiting for you to provide you more information. Thank you once again.